Thank you, RJ. As RJ mentioned, I am Andrew Kinn, and I was a Riesen Fellow in Sports Management. I did my fellowship with the Dallas Cowboys, whose stadium is based in Arlington, Texas. As most of you probably know, the Dallas Cowboys are a member of the National Football League. And so the bigger highlight with the organization is that they just built this brand new stadium in 2009. So while I was with them in the fall of 2010, it was their second season using the new stadium. And in addition to NFL games, it hosts a variety of other events such as college football, basketball, boxing, and even professional bull riding. You're going to hear quite a few projects, major projects that people worked on with their fellowships. Due to the nature of my internship and the organization I was with, I didn't necessarily have one main project that I worked on. I had a few other mini projects, and then I had a variety of weekly and daily responsibilities, many of which you see here. A couple of them to highlight are I was responsible for escorting the NFL legends around during Cowboys games, so I got to meet former players such as Tony Dorsett, Ed Too Tall Jones, and Charles Haley. It's kind of a dream come true because I was a huge Cowboys fan as a kid. And then I was also the Super Bowl hotline. As I'm sure most of you also know, the Cowboys hosted this past Super Bowl in February. And so when they sent out their invoices, all of the calls with questions or payment information came to me. And then if I couldn't handle it, I sent them to the correct person. One other thing to highlight along with the Super Bowl was one point during my internship, I went around to all of the different suites at Cowboy Stadium, which is a significant number of suites. And I put together a spreadsheet detailing the number of fixed seats, the number of flex seats, the number of tables, whole bunch of different things regarding the suites, which was then sent to the NFL to use for Super Bowl inventorying purposes. So it's pretty neat to think that some of my work ended up at the NFL to plan the Super Bowl. While I was with the Cowboys, I also was responsible for working all of these different events. You'll see that most of them are Cowboys games. There's a few college football games, the Tim McGraw concert, and probably my personal favorite event was the Pacquiao versus Margarito boxing match. And I was really excited about this event because I actually had the opportunity to run the event for the suites department as our entire staff was in New York. So I thought it was pretty awesome that they had the confidence in me as an intern to run that event for them. One of the mini projects that I mentioned earlier was calculating the renewal rates for the 2009 and 2010 suite rentals. So I put together a spreadsheet of all of their clients, and then I found the repeat clients. And I came up with a renewal percentage of 48%. And when I went to my boss, she kind of looked at me funny and she asked me to run the numbers again, and I was like, okay. And so I ran them and I got the same percentage, and she was pretty concerned about how low it was. And so we kind of looked at some other new stadiums that had opened up in the past, and we found out, especially with the amount of press the Cowboys' new stadium received, there was kind of a sightseeing effect, I guess you could say, where a lot of people wanted to come in, see the new stadium, and then that was it for them. They just wanted to take in the one game. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and so that was probably my favorite mini project that I worked on with them. While I was with the Cowboys, I got to see a lot of the theories from my economics and business courses put into practice, especially from the sports econ course, which actually was instrumental in helping me obtain this internship. I was able to see such things as the demand for tickets and how that was factored. I also saw real-world applications of economic principles, such as price elasticity when it comes to the pricing of Cowboys suites. So I've always wanted to work in professional sports, and I've always wanted to be on the player personnel side, and that is an extremely difficult field to break into. And so where this fellowship really helped me was in building a network in the sports field. And as you can see, there are a variety of major league teams such as the Yankees, the 49ers, and the Astros that I now have contacts with, and will be looking to build on those in the future and see where they can lead me. How this is going to impact my future is actually on the previous slide. There was Perfect Game USA, which is an independent baseball scouting firm based in Cedar Rapids, and that's where I'll be interning this summer. So I'm very excited about that, and it's very exciting to know that the Cowboys Fellowship is already paying off and getting me where I want to be. While I was talking with the various executives in the sporting world, that the Royals and other teams, it was evident that I needed to be at Ohio University for grad school, because that's the school that's going to get me where I want to go, and so that's where I'll be looking after next year when I complete my senior year. Other than that, obviously having the Cowboys on my resume will help me stand out in a very crowded job market, And in speaking with these professionals, I have a better understanding of the road ahead of me. I always knew it was going to be difficult, but now I kind of have a clearer picture of the different paths I could potentially take. So I'd like to thank my donor, Dean Riesen, who without him it would not be possible. And of course my site supervisor, Casey Mesa, because I wouldn't be talking about the Cowboys today if she didn't pick me for this internship. And my faculty sponsor, Jerry Savitsky, for working with his favorite office, the registrar, in my absence. And I'd like to give a special thanks to Eric Sudol and Monica Lyons, two Cornell College alumni, who, without them, I may be talking to you right now, but I don't know if it would be about the Cowboys. And of course, RJ for spending a significant part of his summer helping me get all of this in line, because I was actually with the Cowboys before school started, so I appreciate that as well. Thank you.